Hi, and welcome to Forward, Mississippi State University's television show for the College of Education. Today we are talking with Dr. Missy Hopper, Professor in Curriculum Instruction and Special Education. Dr. Hopper, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for asking me.
Wonderful. So let's just start off by telling me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I moved back to Mississippi in 2005, and I say I moved back because I actually got my undergraduate degree here, and then went on, of course, to get 3 other degrees from 2 universities, University of Memphis and the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. I was an Air Force brat, grew up all over the world and traveled all over the world, so I still love to travel today. And as you said, I'm in the College of Education. I'm the Secondary English Education Advisor.
All right. And do you teach any classes as well in the department?
I do. Right now I'm teaching online for the alternate route program. That program, if you're not aware of it, is for people who have gotten out of school, they have their degree, and they decide they want to teach. So they come back and earn their master's and their teaching license at the same time.
Wonderful. And that can be online and also in person?
No, actually that program is all online, but I do teach face-to-face classes as well when they're needed.
Wonderful. So you were recently named president of the entire Phi Kappa Phi organization. Is that correct?
That is correct. I would pick on the word recent, though, only because we have a biennial convention. It's every 2 years. So I was actually elected 2 years ago. And you serve as president-elect for 2 years, then you serve as president for 2 years, then you serve as past president for 2 years. So it's a 6-year commitment to work with them.
Oh, wow. So tell me a little bit more about the organization.
Okay, the history is very interesting. I won't go into all of it. I know we don't have time. But it was actually founded in 1897. And it was founded as kind of a reaction to honor societies at the time that were very exclusive. They did not recognize all areas in education. They only recognized some disciplines. So they founded it to be cross-disciplinary. It recognizes all fields. The motto is, "Let the love of learning rule humanity." And that really resonates with me because, of course, when you stay in school as long as I have, you must love learning to be able to continue. And part of our mission is to both promote and recognize academic excellence in all areas, in all fields, all disciplines.
Wonderful. So what has been your involvement with Phi Kappa Phi?
When I moved here in 2005, the faculty member in charge of the Mississippi State chapter asked me if I wanted to become involved, and I said yes, little knowing, of course, where it would lead. But I started on campus and worked my way up. Eventually, I was president of the chapter here. We have a great chapter here. It's recognized by the national organization frequently. We were a chapter of excellence for just every year that I've been a part of it. And as president of a well-run chapter like that, the national organization asked me to be on committees. Before I knew it, I was chairing those committees. And before I knew it, here we are today because I was asked to run for president.
Fantastic. And you were part of the chapter in UT Knoxville, correct?
Yes and no. I was actually initiated there, and I was proud to be initiated there because Phi Kappa Phi was founded between 3 universities, University of Maine, Pennsylvania State, and the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. In fact, if you see the insignia for Phi Kappa Phi, it has 3 stars. It's a circle, and it has 3 stars in that circle, and that's to represent the 3 institutions. So I'm proud to be out of one of the institutions that helped found the organization.
And what will be your role as president?
It's kind of the duties as assigned because you never know what will happen. I will be presiding over our board of directors meeting and over many of the committees, and then attend many of the other committee meetings. We have 2 board of directors meetings, one in the fall, one in the spring. And then I laughingly said duties as assigned because if, for example, a chapter, and we have, by the way, over 300 chapters, but if we have a chapter that has a celebration or an initiation that they want me to come to, I've often been a keynote speaker, for example. So it really just depends what's going to come up these next 2 years, which is the fun part. You just really don't know what will happen. And of course, as past president, I'll be asked to do some of the same things.
Wonderful. And we have a lot of honor societies like these, but why are these important for students?
Well, they're important because they recognize academic excellence.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a student and you're working hard to keep your grades up, you follow those honor codes, it's nice to get a pat on the back, it's nice to get recognized. But I will say there's a whole other level to that in that Phi Kappa Phi gives a lot of fellowships and awards. And not just to Phi Kappa Phi members. There are some that you can get on our website, spell it out, phikappaphi.org, and look at those. But we give, for example, a $100,000 Innovations Award. That goes to an institution, not an individual. But then on down, we give awards like the Dissertation Award to help you get through your dissertation without being badly in debt. And on down to fellowships, love of learning, study abroad. So that helps promote and recognize academic excellence on a whole different level.
Great. And do students have to apply for these awards?
They do. Mm-hmm. And again, some of them you have to be a member, some of them you don't. But our website details that information, and it also gives you the deadlines.
So who can be a member of Phi Kappa Phi? Is it just for graduates or is it undergraduates
No,
as
we
well?
start, it's based on hours. So it starts about the sophomore level and goes up through graduate school. And we take the top percentage in each of the disciplines. And so you really, to target yourself to be a member, because it's by invitation only, keep those grades up and it might happen.
And before you mentioned MSU also has a chapter. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, the chapter here again is an excellent chapter. They have 2 business meetings, one in the fall, one in the spring. And they often do something extracurricular, like for example, for many years they help sponsor the Honors College Research Symposiums. And you never know what they'll do, what year, because again, it depends on what comes out and what's available for them to do. But they've done that for several years.
Fantastic. And are there any other ways that our MSU's chapter has impacted the university?
Well, the fellowships and awards, we've had professors and students get awarded those awards, and I think it impacts it very directly. And plus, we have an organization on campus that once again recognize all area of education and excellence in education.
Fantastic. And what are some of the requirements for being a member of Phi Kappa Phi?
It's really based on your GPA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the top, in some cases, not all levels, it's the top 7.5% of students. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, you know, if your GPA is just below what everybody else's is, that year you might not get an invitation, but you might the next year. So that's the requirement, and of course, following the honor codes, not having anything against you there is very important.
Wonderful. So is this by invitation only, or can students apply? Maybe they feel like they've been overlooked or something like that.
By invitation only, but we never mind someone who feels they've been overlooked contacting the president of the chapter, and the president at that time can go over with them what's required and why they might not have gotten an invitation that semester. But again, there's always the next semester until they graduate. And there's even a chance when you graduate, sometimes we pull people back. We realize, hey, we missed this person. And so there's a period of time after you graduate that you can also get an invitation. I will say too, we often initiate faculty and staff who have worked with us, and we feel like they need to be recognized. Academic achievement in a different way. They may have promoted the chapter, and that's, in our minds, academic achievement.
And are those faculty, are they nominated, or can they throw their own hat in the ring?
I think you could probably throw your own hat in the ring, but generally we reach out to the deans and to faculty who work in different departments and just ask who promotes academic excellence in your area? Who do you think deserves to be a Phi Kappa Phi member? And then we go through that list, and we do require that they come to initiation. So if someone is nominated and they can't come that semester, we let them come the next.
Fantastic. And can this faculty, it's not just, the science or the education fields?
All areas, all disciplines. That's, again, part of our mission to recognize all areas of academic achievement.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to talk about Phi Kappa Phi.
Of course. Thank you so much for watching Forward. For more information about the College of Education, visit educ.msstate.edu.